broadcasting mic, but close. You could consider it, I think, as a broadcasting or more of an interviewing type microphone. But we won't go into those little small details. It's a USB mic. Even though what you're hearing me on is not USB, it's actually XLR, which a higher quality, richer audio noise to it. So that's kind of what you get to hear me on here. I'm running that with a preamp, or what they call a mic booster, or a cloud lifter, however you want to say it. There's different brands, different names. Through a audio interface, simple $50 audio interface. And so you count in the $50 there, the $20 wires, another $20 there. It's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's about you're talking about close to $100. And then you need a mic. And that's just where I'm at. I'm not even saying starting out. I'm saying start out. Just pick this mic. Just this one. Because you don't have to have that XLR cable. You can do straight USB into your phone, into your laptop. Boom. There you go. You don't need a DAW. And yes, I said it. You don't have to have a DAW to start off with. There are plenty of free ones that are available to each and every one of you any day of the week. And if anybody tries to charge you for them, bust their chops. Bust them out. Tell them that they're ripping people off. Tell people about them. Because they shouldn't be trying to do that. They're an open sourced DAW systems out there that are built for the communities to build these self-sufficient, these artists to grow and produce their own music. So the one that I used was Audacity. It's the first one I heard of, and so it was the first one I loaded up, and it's simple. It's pretty basic. It's simple stuff. And you can load in some audio clips. You can record your vocals. And then you can record it all together, send it off, put it onto a platform, which you're going to have somebody to host your podcast. So you have to do that. You do have to pay that. So we're talking about a mic, and then this mic that I said I was using, $70. Depending on the kit you buy, you could get a $60 roundabout. I think that's bare minimum nothing. I got a little extra on mine just because, well, I wanted a little extra. I got me the higher grade cables. I got me the wind protector here. I got a stand and a stand holder and all that good stuff. So, yes, I spoke myself a little bit on it, but I thought it was well worth it. And then once I got this, I mean, you got to tell me, you got to think that this audio is pretty good, considering a $70 mic, maybe $60, depending on where you go. $60 microphone. You can't hardly buy that at your regular, and I'm doing air quotes here, superstore. So, yeah, I think this is a great buy. So what is it? What is it? What is it? Just tell us what it is. Calm down. Calm down there, little Jimmy. I'll tell you what it is. It's the Samsung Q2U handheld microphone. It comes not only with your USB, it comes with XLR. It also comes with volume controls for your headphones, because it has a headphone jack on the bottom of it, so you can monitor it. I don't use it currently. I use my audio interface. To be honest, I don't know if I ever really have used it. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think I have. I haven't had to. But it's a good little handheld microphone. Now, I am going to handle it for a minute. I do want you to hear, you can tell when somebody's moving around with it, moving it, talking, how they talk into it, how they talk around it. But all in all, this is a good, solid mic. It's definitely something that you would, you'd see maybe some singers singing, rocking out to with. But yes, this is the Samsung Q2U USB XLR microphone. And I have to say, this is probably one of the better mics for the money. Honestly, this is money I could never think that could be spent any better, considering what is out there, what is available on the market to date of this recording. Because yeah, there's some pretty good mics, and yes, there's some pretty good priced mics. Is there mics that are kind of a steal? Yeah, this one for sure. I kind of think that the microphone that I'm using currently at my home studio is a good broadcasting microphone. Now, it's not a high-priced mic. It's not no $400 or $500 mic. It's a basic 120, maybe 100 microphone. And it's an MXL. I think that's right. MXL. I always tell everybody they're going to kill me if they ever find out that I have their mic and I've been promoting it, but yet I can never think of the right name. Because it is a really good mic. It's a good, rich tone, deeper tone, kind of like where you get with these kind of mics. And so what kind of mic is that? Well, that's the question, was what kind of mic do you get? And then, of course, I'm promoting this one, but why am I promoting this mic, and what's so special about it? Well, if you haven't been able to notice, that as I'm sitting out here, I am currently outside. You don't hear birds chirping. You don't hear cars driving by. You don't hear kids running up and down out in the yard playing. But all those things are happening. You just can't tell it because this mic is a dynamic microphone. So it has a more close range, a proximity that you have to be in for it to pick up your good amount of your audio. Now, of course, I can pull it back and I can turn volumes up and make it sound closer to it. But you're going to start getting a whining noise or a high-end noise, or maybe even a low-end noise. Just you're going to get noise in your audio that's unnecessary, that just messes things up way too much. So you don't want to do that. You want to find a good level, good mic like this. Not saying you have to go with Samsung. If I'm not mistaken, some of the more major groups of mics, whether it be Samsung or Technica, or there's a few different bigger name guys, gals, companies, corporations that produce these type mics, and they're really made for, honestly, they're made for like singers on stage, live performances is really your kind of go-to, I think, for these mics. I've heard, and I don't know this for a fact, but some of your bigger, let's say, news stations for public speakings, for announcements that you see on TV, that these are some of the mics that they have used for years to get good quality audio from the stage. So, Samson, I don't know if anybody, or I don't know of anybody that has had a bad dealings with the brand I've heard rumors of, but still haven't met anybody yet. Me personally, so far, I'm loving this thing. We're talking 2 weeks into it. Not even that. Maybe not. Well, really, it's been just a full week so far, but not a full week of recording and moving and shuffling around and all that, but at least a week of having it to where I'm kind of liking it. I am. Is there a difference between this one and my home one? Yes, of course. You can tell that one of them was built strictly for podcasting. I'm going to have to mount this back and get this back out of my hands. I have my own little setup, my little rig here set up so where I can have the mic mounted in my vehicle and pretty much hanging just like a boom arm would be in the studio. So we have this mic. Great buy. Go for it. Buy one if you can. If you're getting in podcasting and you're on a cheap budget and you want a mic that's going to grow from your bottom up with you, it's at least going to go a quarter of the way with you. So you're going to go from USB to eventually buying a USB interface or some type of interface, which then is going to consist of you getting a XLR microphone, which they are. So what's even better about it, right? So they have the Q2U. I believe they have the QU9, which is a broadcasting mic that's also a USB. So Samsung's on to something there. I hope more pick up on it. I hope some more of the higher ends start picking up on some of the possibilities there, because it is a very versatile thing to have both hookups. What I'm waiting for, and I haven't been able to do it yet, but I'm hoping to be able to record, maybe even stream or do some live shows on 2 different platforms through one single mic, all at the same time without any audio interferences in between the two. I think that would be the thing, that would be the kicker to having one of these mics, is if you could do that without any kind of interference in audio, you would be doing great right there. So microphone, number one, you want that. You gotta have that. Hook that up. Got it. Good. Second thing was, you gotta make sure, not only do you have the recording program and you gotta, your hosting site, but you want to make for sure that you record. I say record 10 episodes of your show. Whatever area that you're feeling passionate about, write you out a script. Follow the script as close as possible. Do I? Not always. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But get you a script. Get it wrote out. Break it down into sections. You know what a podcast sounds like. You know how they're structured. Go at it. Mine's a little different. And I'm a little different, so I can't help it. Okay? Maybe eventually we will get to that kind of structuring again. I started off with structuring in my first podcast. It burned me out way too quick. I kind of like this rolling with the punches, kind of we just going at it how we go at it. Personal level of me just speaking to you. And so far, we're on number 12. That's the exact same number that the first one made it to. And we're not talking about just 12. That's 12 here. We're talking about 5 to 7 per show on the internet. So 12 here, 5 to 7 on the first premiere podcast, and then on my Patreon podcast, 5 to 7 there. So there's 14 there plus 12. You got it. 26.